Brother, season 27. Today is August 3rd, and it is day 27 in the Big Brother house. Now, before I begin talking about this, just to let you guys know, I will be doing an update on August 4th, Monday at some time. I'll be doing my little update, that I do these from time to time throughout the week, and I will let you know why. Now, we have a new...
When? Won't you let us know when?
I said on Monday.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said you let us know why.
Yes,
okay.
At the end.
Okay.
So come with me, Ma. Listen, now this is week 4. We have a new head of household, and Lauren was the outgoing head of household. The new head of household is Rylie. Now, Rylie won the head of household in a balance beam team competition. Now, we haven't been able to see this yet. We will be able to see the head of household competition tonight. As the episode, there is a brand new episode tonight, so we'll see what happened. But from what I'm hearing, it was a team competition, and we heard that Rachel threw the competition so that whoever was on her team could lose. Now, Mickey heard about this, not heard about it. Mickey saw that Rylie won, and Rylie was probably going to nominate Mickey, Morgan, and Ashley. So the next thing we know, the feeds go down, the feeds come back up, and it is a new head of household. What happened? Mickey used her powers. Mickey was able to somehow or another fool Rylie into believing that it's Ashley. So this is what I'm hearing. Rachel was able to work with Mickey, and they came up with this plan. Look, let's say that Ashley has the power, because, a lot of people already suspect that it was Mickey. Like, all of the house suspected that it was Mickey. Morgan knew for sure. Zach knew. Like, all these people knew. Rylie thought it was either Mickey or Ashley. Ashley goes in the room crying and like, oh, I'm so sorry. Da, 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 da. And Morgan is like, it's definitely Ashley. Okay, I know we went out a little bit, guys, so bear with me. What I was stressing is that Morgan also went in and was saying that Ashley was the one with the power. So Ashley, Morgan, Mickey, and Rachel all kind of worked collectively as a team, and they really convinced Rylie that Ashley was the one that had the power. Of course, it was not Ashley, and so Rylie was stripped of his power. And Rylie was over there crying and upset. Beforehand, he was all excited, him and Catherine, and they was going to run, everything and blah, 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 blah. Rylie cursed out Mickey, said F this, F that. Of course, Mickey was not happy with that and said, listen, Riley's going to have to go on the block. Fast forward, Rylie and Catherine talk for a bit. They come up with some type of agreement, and Catherine talks Rylie down and says, you got to go talk to Mickey, and he didn't want to. And he's like, okay, Catherine, if you want me to, I'm going to go do it. He goes to talk to Catherine, and Rylie goes to talk to Mickey. Everybody's praying, da 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 da, blah blah blah. He knows he's probably going to go on the block, but he just doesn't want Catherine to go on the block. And he has an agreement. Please don't put her on the block. Whatever you do, because if somebody wins the veto, I don't want you to use it on Catherine. So please, please, please. And Mickey kind of agrees. And so she talks to everybody. Mind you, Morgan is in there too with a lot of stuff, because I know Morgan and Mickey had kind of like separated a little bit, but they've been very close the past like 48 hours. Okay. For whatever reason. Anyway, make a long story short, Mickey nominates Rylie, Keanu, and Kelly. Kelly's not happy about this, of course, because Kelly always keeps getting nominated. And Keanu is just really not happy about this. But there's no Catherine. So they all agree to not use the veto. Everybody, 5 people have agreed that they're not 5 people. They've all agreed that they're not going to use the veto on themselves except for Keanu. So Kelly won't use the veto on herself and Rylie won't use the veto on himself if he uses it, which doesn't make any sense because if Rylie wins, if Rylie wins and takes himself off, then they can put Catherine up. That is true. So what I'm saying is not making sense. Okay, so who gets picked to play in the veto, Mom? We know Rylie's playing, we know Keanu's playing, and we know Kelly's playing, and we know Mickey is playing. So 2 more people have to get chosen because 6 people play in the veto. So one person that gets chosen is Morgan. So Morgan's going to play. And then the next person that gets chosen, Kelly gets to choose because she picks out a chip and it says like house guest choice. And she picks Rachel, which is weird because she's always been against Rachel, but I guess she feels that Zach and Vince don't have her back because Vince and Zach turned against her on the vote. Okay. So now, all 6 of those people who are supposed to play in the veto, out of 6 people, 5 of them have agreed that if they win the veto, they will not use the veto to take anyone down. The only person who said that they would use the veto to take themselves down is, guess who? Keanu.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Keanu. Okay.
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't really answer because I know what happened. So go ahead.
Right. So guess what? So they play this competition and it's sort of kind of like Squid Game-ish where you have to memorize, like there's like tiles on the floor and you have to memorize what tiles were lit up. And, it's kind of like a combination. And supposedly Rylie was playing really, 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 really good. And he was beating Keanu. But somehow or another, Keanu won. And guess what? He takes himself off the block. So now Mickey has to name a replacement nominee.
Okay.
Okay. Now, here's the other thing. Who is she going to name? So her and Morgan, they get to talking and blah, 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 blah. And they're really just kind of pissed at Jimmy. And, Morgan heard from Ashley that Jimmy called her overbearing and, they think that Jimmy's playing both sides and Jimmy, he got excited when Keanu won and he was hugging Keanu before he was talking bad about Keanu. And, so Mickey's like, yeah, no, I can't trust him. I can't trust him. They talk to Keanu and they tell Keanu that, oh, you know what, Keanu, we should just kind of have a truce, and we really have gotten off on the wrong foot. And you know why people thought it was me, Mickey, and Morgan against you? It's because of Jimmy. Jimmy put that in your head. It wasn't us. We weren't doing anything. So now they all have in their head that somehow or another that Jimmy is against Mickey and Morgan, and Mickey and Morgan are convinced that they now want to put Jimmy up as opposed to Catherine, who is not their friend, Lauren, who they said they promised to keep off the block because they didn't put Ashley up. I don't know. They're just anybody else they can put up. But for some reason, Vince, they don't want to put Vince up, even though Vince plays both sides. And Zach, he's just too good looking. Why put up a good looking man? What was. But Jimmy is a snake. And Jimmy is the person who has whatever, except for the thing with Amy and Will, has always voted with Mickey and Morgan. So I think it'll be a bad idea if they put Jimmy up and not a Catherine. That's what I feel, because I think that Rylie is saying that he'll, protect them if you don't put up Catherine. You can't trust Rylie.
I would never trust Rylie. I would never trust him, as pissed off as he was. And like I said, he took the worst hit out of everybody in the house since this, except for the people who are gone, of course. And I think that Rylie is just biding his time. I think he's just manipulating them. And I wouldn't even care about Catherine because she's already an enemy. She already has said what she would do. Rylie is saying all this stuff, but Catherine isn't saying what she would not do. And she has already said what she would do. And I wouldn't trust her. I wouldn't trust her.
Yeah, she said that she would put up Ashley too.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. I absolutely would not trust, him just because he sounds sad or this or that. I mean, what else is he supposed to say? He's in a weakened position. What is he supposed to say? That's all he can say if he's trying to keep both of them in the house. What else can he say? What other strategy can he use from the position that he's in right now? Mm-hmm. Oh, he would have been HOH. He would have been singing a different song.
Now, you know what else is just kind of sad though, the people that I like, and maybe just everybody for the most part, are not making good decisions. The only people who I see making good decisions are not in a position of power.
Right.
Ava, Rachel. I'm surprised at Mickey. Let's see. She should not put Jimmy on the block. Like, Jimmy may get on your nerves, but Jimmy put him on the block.
He's less of a threat than Catherine. I would put Catherine right up there. Right. I already told you that. I would put Catherine right up there because she made her feelings known, and she isn't even pretending to change them. That's just Rylie talking.
Right.
It's not saying all that. And even if she didn't, I wouldn't trust her. Nope. She knows they may let it slide for a minute, but please know the ultimate goal is to come back and get Mickey.
Oh.
And Ashley. Okay.
Or Morgan.
Right. Morgan, Mickey, that's it. Right. So no.
One other thing about Ashley, I don't know how I feel about Ashley because Ashley doesn't seem to have allegiance with anyone except maybe Will. She turns on everyone. She threw Mickey and Morgan under the bus. She threw Rachel under the bus. She's thrown Ava. The only person so far, she threw Amy when Amy was in, and we thought Amy was like her closest ally. The only person I haven't seen her throw under the bus yet is Will, and there's really no reason to throw Will under the bus because Will is not a threat to anyone, but anybody that she's thought is a threat, and these are her allies, and I don't like that. For me, your allies, you're supposed to keep them close, and I, worry about that. But Ashley is entertaining. And it's like you want to root against her, and then you also want to root for her because you know that she's going to bring some type of drama. And she's not cuckoo as some of the things that she does. You know that deep down inside, she, is a smart woman. Even though she tries to act ditzy, she's not that person. So I don't know. And I don't know, Mickey and Morgan, like I said, they've been super close the past like 48 hours. And before we thought they were going their separate ways, but they aren't making smart moves. And especially Mickey, because Morgan is more, there's people on the other side of the house that Morgan is more aligned with than Mickey.
Right.
Right. So I don't see this being the best position for Mickey for sure, or for Morgan, because Morgan believes that Zach and Vince have her back, and they don't always have her back. And I think Vince has Morgan's back more than Zach does. But I don't know. I mean, they both have Morgan's back more than they have Mickey. If they had to choose between Mickey and Morgan, they would choose Morgan for sure.
Yeah.
Over them.
Gone. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Ashley, because Ashley is everybody's friend, which means she's nobody's friend.
Zach and Vince both want Ashley gone.
Right. Okay.
That's just without a doubt.
Yeah. I hope Mickey won't get too soft-hearted, and I hope she'll remember why she had to use her power
against Rylie. Let let me just say this to my another theory going on is that Mickey has some type of crush on Rylie because now, like, she's believing that Rylie, oh, he's a good guy, and we've seen, I don't know. Listen, this is all alleged. Allegedly, he already has a baby mama, and he has another woman that's pregnant. And he's doesn't seem to be with her, but yet he's all in love with Catherine. And it's weird the dynamic he has with Catherine and Rachel, who I like Rachel. I didn't like Rachel before. I like what Rachel is bringing this season, because if you see some of her other stuff, it was just too much. Like if I was in the Big Brother house with Rachel 15 years ago, I would have lost my mind because I could not deal with somebody like she's too much. She's always trying to start a fight. Now she's more level-headed. She's more strategic.
Right.
But for whatever reason, Ma, she thinks that this showmance with Rylie and Catherine, oh, it reminds me of my husband, Brendan. Oh, and I'm just like, she doesn't see when Catherine is like telling Rylie, like, no, I don't want to cuddle with you in the bed at night. I don't want to sleep in the bed. No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have any of this stuff, on TV. I don't want that. Like, I don't feel comfortable with that. And Rylie like rubs her leg down. It's just weird. It's creepy. It's cringe. Okay.
Well, listen, Joanne, you never know.
Yeah. Okay, so we will see what happens tonight. We will see exactly what goes down with the HOH, the interrogation part. We'll see all that. And hopefully they'll do a good job with the edit. And I will be doing an update, guys, on Monday, August 4th. It probably won't hit until later in the evening because that'll be after the veto competition. Not the veto competition, the renomination ceremony, so we can see who will be the replacement nominee for Keanu, because Keanu was taking himself off the block. Okay. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the BB27 Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.